Welcome to our TSL podcast. And today we're talking about what kind of porn you watch. It is 11:30, 11:28 Wednesday night. We got 14 people on this call, on our Men's Development Excellence call. If you're interested in being a part of our groups, which I really recommend, man, start out with the Austin Men's Development Group. This is where we talk about this stuff, and we talk about stuff that other people don't talk about. I got an email today, is very flattering. It was like, Steve, I love you. I love Zan. I love Hypnotica. And he went into their different reasons why they're purely this. You're purely the guy, Steve, that says shit that would get me arrested. I don't want that to happen. But anyway, so that all being said, we speak the truth here. And that's very important because men need to be contributing. They need to be interacting. And men need to God, man, have an outlet for being able to talk and express themselves. And that's what's happening here. So if you're listening to this on iTunes or Stitcher, follow the links down below and join Austin Men's Development. It's a free Facebook group. And if you're wanting to step it up and get on these calls, because we have more than 15 hours of calls a week. I'm on for a lot of that stuff. I've been on for this whole time. This call is going on 5 hours, or I'm going on 4 hours, and it will go 5. It will go beyond that. Because that's what we do when we get together. And there's so much that ties into this because there's a bunch of different topics that I still want to hit. This one we were talking about at 8 o'clock, 3.5 hours ago. What kind of porn do you watch? And we were just joking around. We were fucking around about it because we were talking about masturbation and we're so into that. But it tied into sexuality. It tied into shame. It tied into all the different things that we talk about. But man, sex is something that is so innately private within our lives. It is something that is it's one of those things that we don't express or say. And because we don't express or say, or because we don't talk about it, in fact, let me just chime in here for a second because these guys, I muted the guys on the call because they were talking about something. But anyway, we're back. We're talking about the porn thing and what kind of porn we watch. We're recording it. It's a live stream on Facebook and then also for the podcast. But porn is such a demon that we look at because it's that thing we privately do sexually, and we go to a different place. We go to a place which is nuts. We go to a place which is like fucking, we're looking crazy shit. There are guys talking about all sorts of stuff. It's like I might look at rapes or gangbangs or, guys are in, there's stuff that I'm not into and that other people are into. There might be people, and so this always comes up whenever we bring up the porn thing, that, it's like, hey, get into your sexuality. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be into something that might, cause the bad side of man, right? And the thing is like my first girlfriend, she was sexually assaulted, and it was like, it really fucked me up that I liked those things. I liked that. I remember when a girl told me to slap her and choke her, and I did, and I came right away. It made me feel good. I was like, oh my God, I'm this horrible person. I didn't realize that this was part of a normal part of me that it was expressing. And so that story, when we're told to repress it, well, when we repress things, we tend to, the real force of nature of sexuality tends to break out, and it causes these cracks, and it really makes a lot of things crumble, and it's not good, man. And that's how we treat this beautiful thing of our sex drive, right? This force of nature within us, the thing that is so primal, that defines us as man and woman, that's so tied into our individuality. And we tie it up, man, put that shit in a box, and then we only allow it to come out in the ways that are good, right? That are good. God, what a fucked up thing. And so there were dudes talking about everything. So everybody always brings this up. They say, well, what about pedophiles? What about bestiality? What about, real rape and all these sorts of things? And I hate those comments. And this actually gets into another topic that I want to get into later tonight, but I hate it when people pull the Trump card. They pull the card where it's just got to kill the argument, because there's such a dialogue in here that goes beyond that, And here's what we say, and this is the reason why people always pull that Trump card with us, is because we say, if you're into that shit, then it's okay. Learn to explore it in a way that isn't illegal or causes harm. All right? So, active, and we've never actually had a guy that has been like, I'm a pedophile and help me do that better. We've never had that. And man, we've had thousands of guys on this course and we're really open about our sexuality. But if we were, it would be like, well, hey, that's illegal and that causes a severe amount of harm. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about what you feel. Let's talk about your real sexuality and not be ashamed of it. Let's talk, man, I like to watch horses fuck dudes or whatever the crazy thing it is. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Or for instance, on our Sunday call, there's a guy who's very prominent that he doesn't like homosexuality. Okay. It doesn't mean that we can't talk about homosexuality. It doesn't mean that you can't be a homosexual. He is actually like, no, man, I don't get it. It's gross to me. It disgusts me. That doesn't mean that he's saying that everybody is a disgusting person. All right. Or maybe it does. I don't know. But the thing is that you need to be okay with those things. If I was forced to look at a type of sexuality or partake in a sexuality that I didn't like, that would be truly disturbing to me. All right. So we have to also allow people to have those thoughts. That's a huge important thing. So back to porn. In porn, we go there, man. We're like, we're not watching porn. We're not turned on. Our dicks aren't hard. And we're going like, man, I just want a woman to love me. I want to have this and that with a woman. I value sexuality in these ways. I want a relationship that's like this. And then our dick gets hard and we go, fuck, man, I want to fuck the shit out of that chick. Holy shit, I want to fuck her until her my cum shoots out of her fucking mouth and that her eyeballs pop out because my dick is going through her whole body. And I want it to get bigger so much that she splits apart. Our fantasy goes nuts. We have to have that fantasy, people. That's a part of our sexuality. And this is one of those things like, let's say in my modern porn looking, I'll be like, man, I want to look at these like small Latina girls. I want to look at them getting gangbanged. I want to look at like, rape simulation or whatever it is. And I go, fuck, I can't look at that. That's like bad. That's causing all this harm and this bad. And, only a bad side of me would like this, but I do like it, but I can't have that. And the war that comes into that affects our sexuality at such a great place. This is why we run into the impotency. This is why we run into the inability to find satisfaction in sex, because we've compartmentalized our sexuality to the point where we can't let it out completely in front of a human being in front of us. See, the interesting thing is I've watched a lot of porn and I've had a lot of weird fantasies or whatever that are truly socially unacceptable, right? That aren't good towards what society says is good, okay? But once I stopped caring about it and judging those and thinking that seeped into or showed a secret window of how evil I was or something that I needed to hide from people, as soon as I became okay with it myself, and that didn't mean I had to tell it to everybody, but I became okay with it myself. It was like, well, that's me. I like that now. One, it was able to pass and transition to something else, which may take some time. Might take a couple months, might take a year, whatever. But it also stopped affecting my actual sex life. Because when I was actually sexual with somebody, it was different. And see, porn and real sex are totally different. Masturbation without porn is much different than real sex or masturbation with porn. But they're all expressions of our sexuality. And whatever the worst thing that we can do about our sexuality is however we're having sex, we try and stop it or we try and limit it and we try and regulate it. And we do this over and over and over throughout time, throughout fucking all of sex, throughout all of men having hard dicks and women having wet pussies. We try and restrict it in a way because sex is private. It just has this urge for us to keep it a secret or keep it very intimate or one-on-one and so on. And man, what a fucked up thing. Because the shitty thing is that what we need is ourself to be ourself. We need to let that expression out and we need to let it out into the world. And it's such a good thing. So when we're asking guys, what kind of porn do you watch? Man, what is it? What do you type into the search engine? What do you like? I like cream pies. I like bondage. I like throat fucking. And I might be going, shit. Yeah, I don't fucking like that. It doesn't mean that you're bad. And you should stop thinking that I'm trying to say you're bad. And we should start feeling okay that our sexuality, our urges for that are in the right place. And that sex in all the areas where we express it are good. If that's masturbation, if that's porn, if that's sex with other people, if that's promiscuity, if that's monogamy, that it's a voice of us because we need to look at how we're having sex and what we're actually doing sexually to find out who we are. This all ties into your sexuality. Man, if you want to see a great speech on this, watch my 2011 21 convention speech in London called The Sexual Life. the sexual life, man. Because the beauty of it is there's sex, there's, man, I'm already forgetting it all, but sex is the action. It's the action, man. There's seduction. That's the process. That's the stuff that goes all into it. That's the stuff that's not only the orgasm, but beyond the orgasm. And then there's the result of that, which is your sexuality. And when we're hiding from our sexuality, when we're hiding from it, right, before we've actually, you know, really allowed ourselves to experience it, even if it starts with clowns and midgets and pigs or whatever it is, you're limiting a part of yourself. Your sexuality is your voice. And you can't get a voice to sing by shutting it first. You have to let that mouth to be open. Now, again, if that's something that's going to hurt people or whatever, you don't need to act on it in those ways, but you do need to act on it in a way of expressing yourself and not wrapping it around in the shame. That's what's going to kill it and nullify it. Anyway, we talk about this stuff all night long, all day long, and we're talking about it right now. It's 11:39 p.m. There's 12 guys on here from around the world, man, all around the world, which is fucking badass. And we're having the sexual discussion. We're talking about all sorts of stuff that doesn't even have to do with sex, you know? We just got off on this tear, and when you get us talking about sex, it's pretty good. So sign up for Austin Men's Development. It's free. It's awesome. It's a great thing. If you want to be a part of the calls and a part of the community of what we're doing, then you got to be on the MD Excellence program. But that's great too, man. $55 a month will get you there, man, or $500 for the year. And it's amazing. You get so much with it. Tons of products, but mostly the community and the men's group that you're a part of where these videos are recorded. And of course, you can find all the links down below and whatever. And if you're listening to it on iTunes or Stitcher and you want to watch the video of this, you can do so by following that link. So do that, interact with us, and plug into a group where there's a running dialogue of masculinity and literally conversations that you need to be having. So I'm going to get back to this call and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for listening, watching, or wherever you might be in the world. Good morning, good night, good evening, whatever. Ciao.